What is poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we're going to be taking a look at another season review for Fortnite. The season of Chapter 6, Season 1 has finished. The kickoff to Chapter 6 has ended, and I'm going to be honest, this is a brilliant start to a chapter. I thoroughly enjoyed this chapter season, and it was really good. This is one of the best opening chapters we've had since Chapter 4. Which isn't a long time, I'm going to be honest. I really liked the opening for Chapter 4, and I really liked the opening for Chapter 3. I wasn't a huge fan of the opening for Chapter 2, and I wasn't really a huge fan for the opening of Chapter 5, but I did really like this opening here. This is a brilliant season. We have continued the story from Season 5, and people are saying that the story's fallen off, or that there is no story. Really haven't been paying attention to the game, because there is still quite it's not a clear story, but there is still a story that the game is following, and that the game is going with, and I still think it's really cool, and it lets them have a little bit more freedom, to be fair, with revamping the story, and I think the 7 ended off pretty well with their story. They all got corrupted and turned to chrome, and the Paradigm sacrificed herself to bring the islands back together. This isn't a story video, so I'm not going to fully get into that, but we are back in, and we're on a new island. Jones and Hope traveled to a different dimension through a dream sequence, which was obviously Chapter 2, and we got to this new place where there's a 0-point shard that's come onto the ground, and there is magic being reborn onto this island, and powers beyond belief, and we have seen some of this island before in Chapter 4, Season 2, with that, like, Neo City, that new, like, futuristic city with Eren Yeager. And some of these characters that we've seen before are also back in this season. We have the Fox clan, we have the Riverguard clan, and we have a couple of others also make an appearance as well, which is really cool. And we have demons on the island, which is also really cool, which makes for new bosses. So we have basically like Elden Ring bosses now on the map, which are extremely difficult to kill, which gives a new sort of reward thing, which I don't think the amount of risk to reward is that good for the 2 medallions that you do get, because we have gone down medallions again. Instead of the 3 that we got last time, there is just 2 medallions this time. One that lets you reload automatically over time, and another one that does make you invisible and gives you infinite sprint. So that one's overpowered as fuck. So that's the one that you have to worry about, but that's the one that you get from Shogun X towards the end of the game, which does appear, I do believe, at like Zone 5, and I actually appreciate that, because it doesn't give you an overpowered item right at the start of the game. It gives you it towards more of end game, where you don't have a whole lot of time to use it, and I feel like that's what they were trying to do with the Doom Island, but the Doom Island was more of like a gimmicky thing, which I still like how the Doom thing was, like, done, but I think they did it better with this one. We had sprites being introduced here as well, which are fucking adorable. We have Mizu and the other one, which is the water sprite, and the air sprite. The water sprite gives you health, the air sprite makes you fly, and the earth sprite, which was so hard to find because only 2 of them spawned in a match, would upgrade your guns for you. And they did get updated to give you a little icon on the map to show you where they were. All very fucking cool. We had motorbikes make a return, which they've now unfortunately disappeared, which has pissed me off because the dirt bike was the best bike. So I'm upset that they've gone. They also brought back the shitty cyclone bikes, which I don't fucking care about. They're shits. I hate them. And we had quite a few collaborations. We also had the Christmas period make its return, and the Christmas items were garbage. Straight up, Christmas items were garbage. It's just ice feet, and they were shit. We had presents. We had a mini live event with Mariah Carey. Unfortunately, my PlayStation couldn't handle the Mariah Carey event and crashed. Her unfreezing was too, like, you know, too hot, because it blew up my fucking PlayStation and kicked me off the game. There was a turtle who traveled around the map, and he did find love on the island, which is so fucking cute, so fucking adorable. And I love how Fortnite is adding like environmental storytelling to the game as well, with these separate little storylines. The Coral Crew have also made it back onto the island, and they're thinking they're little pranksters now by making you dance and be flung off the cliff. Again, so many cool little hidden details, and this map is one of the biggest maps we've ever had for the start of a season, with 18 new locations, with 19 on the way midway through the season, and one of them being changed. So there were so many map updates and map changes throughout this season, and this it was so good. The guns are kind of all over the place. The only shotgun was crap, the only valid shotgun was the Sentinel one, and the only valid assault rifle was the Hollow Twister. However, they have been taken out of the new season of Fortnite, which fucking sucks. But we're not talking about the new season, we're talking about the old season. So we're going to the Typhoon Blade. Everybody had an issue with the Typhoon Blade. I didn't think it was as bad as everyone made out. Everybody was complaining, everyone was blowing up Twitter, everyone was blowing up YouTube and Instagram saying the Typhoon Blade needs to be, like, nerfed, it's shit. Why is everybody, like, spamming the Typhoon Blade? I didn't like the durability that the Typhoon Blade introduced. I thought it was good for the Typhoon Blade, but I didn't like how they are now adding it to every other gun in the game, because they gave it to the Kinetic Blade, and the Kinetic Blade already had its disadvantages. It's already had its, like, nerf, where you had 3 boosts and then you had to wait 5 seconds before you could do it again. So it already had its, like, cooldown, its nerf, so you couldn't, like, abuse it and constantly use it. So I don't get why they then added it with a durability bar so that it could break, because you now have 2 disadvantages with this one weapon, so why would you pick it up when you could just quite easily use the Typhoon Blade? So the Typhoon Blade was by far superior, and the one that everyone would go for. They did add quite a few mythic weapons, which were quite hard to get because you had to kill the Shogun X before he moved, and the mythic weapons were quite mid anyway, and it was no guarantee which one you'd get, so you could do all that work and all that effort for something which is quite shit. They have ruined hunting rifles this season as well, which I genuinely hated. They gave hunting rifles bullet drop, which just made me incredibly sad, and ruined hunting rifles for me, so to the point where I don't actually like them anymore. They were my favorite sniper, and now I fucking despise them. And they also brought back the repeater rifle, which I thought was a brand new gun. I'm going to be honest, I don't remember this being in Chapter 4, Season 3. I don't remember it being in that Wild season. However, that could just be me, and I could just have not played too much that season. But I genuinely didn't remember the gun, and I was shocked when a bot tried shooting me with it. Mammoth Pistol also made its introduction into Fortnite, Chapter 6, Season 1, and I hate that gun. I think it's shit, but to those that like it, you know, go for it. And we had quite a few collaborations this time around. We had Baymax in the Battle Pass, which was so fucking random, but I appreciated it because Baymax is fucking cool. I love Big Hero 6, and I'm upset that we didn't get any more skins. I would have loved a Go-Go one, and I would have loved a Hero one. We had a Godzilla collaboration, which was sick as fuck, which let you be Godzilla on the island, and it gave you a medallion, which was just like a redo of the Cerberus one, but still it was cool as fuck. And we also got, like, Mechagodzilla, we had Hobie Brown, and some of the other Spider-Verse characters like Spider-Noir, but I don't give a shit about them. Hobie Brown is my favorite Spider-Man. Spider-Punk is the best version of Spider-Man, so I was so hyped when he came in. We had Cyberpunk as well. It wasn't the anime, but still we had so many cool collaborations. Mariah Carey, we had another Snoop Dogg and another Shaq, which I wasn't too happy with. I feel like we could have done a couple of different Christmassy themes instead of those two. Like, maybe we could have got, like, the Grinch or someone like that. We also had a collaboration with Kaiju Number 8, which everybody complained about because it wasn't Demon Slayer. Personally, I like Kaiju Number 8. I think it's a great anime, and I think it is a bit overhated and underrated. So if you haven't seen Kaiju Number 8, definitely go check it out. But these skins actually went hard, and I got all 3 of them because they were cool as fuck, and it made sense for the season. We had Godzilla, so Godzilla is the kaiju. It made sense for them to be the anime collaboration. Yes, Demon Slayer would have been nice, but they made sense. We also had Jujutsu Kaisen, and people bitched about those skins as well, saying that they could have been done better. And you know what? I kind of agree. I think the Toji one could have been better, but I think Sukuna and Mahito were pretty alright themselves. We had loads of new movement as well, in the form of the Void Mask, and we had rolling and jumping off walls, which was very hard to get used to. I will admit, getting used to that was kind of rough, and I have killed myself countless times in countless build battles by accidentally kicking off a wall instead of mantling up the wall or scrambling up the wall, and then fallen to my death. So it's kind of a sort of 50-50 whether it's going to be good or not, but the marketing for this season was fucking brilliant. The battle pass is brilliant. I liked pretty much every skin except 2, which is very good for a battle pass. Not many battle passes have me liking the majority of the skins, and we even got a very cool anime cinematic to sort of promote this season at the start as well, which was really fucking cool and got a lot of effort put into it. So this season was very well done, and the collaborations fit the vibe, fit the theme of the season, which a lot of people have been complaining about since the Avatar collaboration, that the collabs haven't been fitting the vibe of the season. So they have definitely fixed that. They fixed that up. Bullet drop is no longer a thing unless it's on snipers, which is unfortunate. So hit scan is back. Everybody's pleased with that. We have some new cool weapons, some really cool skins, and a really decent map. So overall, I think this is an incredible start to the season, incredible start to the chapter, and I do hope that they can keep it up over the next couple of seasons. And there is a rumor that this chapter is going to be a longer chapter with 7 seasons. Don't know how true that is, but I am very excited to see where they go with this chapter, and if they can keep up the momentum that this season has started with the ball rolling with. Honestly, solid 9 out of 10 season. I fucking loved it, enjoyed it, and I've played it very often. I did get to level 600 this season, so, you know, played the shit out of it. It was fucking great. Other than that, I hope you all enjoyed this YouTube video. I'll see you all next one. Hope you all have an excellent day, and let me know down in the comments below what you thought of this season, and if I'm overhyping it or not, but it really was that good.